So it seems like nostalgia is a thing these days. Probably every toy I had as a kid is now a movie trilogy. And the new games look like old games, and everything is in fashion, and yeah, you're nodding, okay? You know what I mean? It does seem like the past is the fucking place to be. When you were a kid, you had a big house and a shitty black and white TV. But now, you've got a 55-inch plasma and a $600 phone, but a shitty apartment with mirrors instead of other rooms because house prices start at $500,000, and I doubt you would have accepted the trade-off if you'd been asked first. One day you realize that you need binoculars and a clear day to see the poverty line. Your whole life is the equivalent of playing tennis with a frying pan, and the only thing between you and those official poor people you see on the news is your parents bailing your ass out. Oh, and you'd love to have kids of your own, but how the fuck are you ever going to be able to afford that? So maybe it makes sense why people are nostalgic for childhood. Because anyone looking at the world right now would conclude that shit is fucked. Like, if people from the future were watching us now, fuck knows what they'd be thinking. Now is bullshit. Now sucks. Especially on a personal level. Certainly my life probably seems like a joke. And yet, the thing is, I'm still not nostalgic. Not even close, man. Not even a little.
And you're staring now, trying to figure out why the fuck I'm so happy with all this. You look at me like you look at the world, and you probably just see a whole lot of wasted potential. And I definitely see that myself sometimes.
I mean, you grow up, it's all before you, and you start forming who you are. But then suddenly school's over, and youth's over, and you have to take what you've built and somehow make it work. But what if it doesn't? What if all freedom did was allow you to become unmarketable? What if your carefully crafted persona came at the expense of developing practical skills, and it constantly feels like a miracle that you're not currently living in a cardboard box in an alley?
What if that was another trade-off? What if you had to spend so much time and emotion trying to find out who you are that when you look around, it feels like you began 100 feet back from the starting line? What if you have decades left to go, yet it always feels like there's no time left?
Sometimes it feels like you're stuck in some kind of permanent brunch between school and adulthood, constantly expecting maturity to kick in the way TV said it would. But as the years pass, it never seems to happen. And you keep waiting, you keep getting dressed up for the ball, but it keeps getting deferred.
And meanwhile, they're telling you to prepare for adult life. They're telling you to learn some relevant skills and go outside and meet someone, but they never tell you how. And they definitely don't tell you about all the other shit you're gonna be learning while you're trying to learn how to type or pour drinks or dance for the people. And you've had to learn a lot, you know?
You've had to learn to be alive but not exist because people look at you and willfully ignore anything beneath the surface.
You've had to learn how to bury the anger because if you didn't, all there would be is anger.
You've had to learn how to imitate humans so you can pass for one of them, but you still worry about being discovered.
You've had to learn how to live with the knowledge that one day this will all be over, and all you can do is desperately try to make some ripples in the water, to prove you were here before you sink below forever.
And you've had to learn how to live with the fact that millions of people won't even get that much because overwhelming heartbreak and injustice is a constant, and you were just lucky to not be born into it. And don't you dare waste that gift. Don't you dare turn out to be nobody. And when you're done learning all that, you'd better learn to look backwards because none of this shit existed when you were a kid, so that's gonna be your happy place forever.
They never said that one day you'd feel like if it wasn't for work, you'd just want to sleep forever. That sometimes the mechanisms that let you go anywhere can also paralyze you. The competition that anyone can win is also what can help you destroy yourself by constant comparisons to everyone else in the race. So you can be independent and attractive with a decent job and an apartment, and you'll still feel like a total fucking failure half the time.
Maybe there won't even be an Earth in the future the way things are going. But if there is, if we somehow invent our way out of climate change and prejudice and terrorism and nuclear war, if there's some amazing future society that looks back on us the way we look back on the Black Death, are they gonna see anything worth salvaging?
Are people in the future just gonna be laughing at us? If they can time travel, they're probably here right now. They probably watch the past for entertainment exactly like we do with movies. They're probably invisibly walking around, staring like we stare at an aquarium, pointing at all the primitive creatures that never made it on the shore. How we spend so much time doing things we hate. How we're constantly held back by selfishness. How we all look the same but hate each other regardless. How you can get a few million of us in one place, and yet when you zoom in, you see how alone everyone feels. I know they'd at least never want the world to return to how it was. They sure as hell wouldn't be nostalgic for this. But you know what? I try to feel that way too. We're supposed to yearn for the good old days. We're supposed to look around like we're at the end of history and think that everything is fucked and it all gets gradually worse. But that's bullshit. Because I look back, and I can only speak for myself, but I never had so much as I have now.
I look back and I was never this poor. But I was never this focused either.
I was never this stressed, but I was never this responsible.
I was never this discouraged, but I was never this engaged.
I was never this tired, but I was never myself either.
I was never this afraid, but I swear to God, I was never this determined.
And I don't know a lot, but I know I'd never want to be any me except this one.
Some days it seems hopeless and like nothing will get better, and you just want to be someone's kid again for a minute and not have to worry about everything. But on other days, I remember how I've never enjoyed anything as much as I enjoy the things I've accomplished and the people who I only know because of who I am now. I'd like to see a movie trilogy about that.
I'd like to see a movie where everybody realizes that nobody is who they were when they were born because it's your right to work towards something you're happy with.
I'd like to see a movie about how things do get better, and fear can't change the world because love is the only thing motivating enough to shape the future.
And if people from the future are looking back at me, they're gonna see someone who's looking back at his own past and is only nostalgic for Halloween and summer, because this is me.
And I like me, believe it or not. Am I making sense here? What do you think?
I think this is easily the worst lap dance ever.
I know, I'm sorry. It's been that kind of year, I guess.
No, it's fine. I completely agree with you, actually. I may look like I know what I'm doing, but I look back and there are a lot of bad haircuts and bad choices. And 10 years from now, I'll probably feel the same looking back on this.
It's all right. It is what it is.
You can look back and say your favorite TV show could never get made today, but maybe it's because we've learned to make better shows. Maybe we can't make this place great again because it's fucking never been as great as it is now and as great as we'll make it in the future. And as for any time travelers watching us, what would the future say about the past? I don't know. What do you say about your own past? I just say I'm glad I kept going, because whatever this is, it's not the end. Whatever I think of my past self, I'm so thankful that despite all the assholes, despite all the hate, despite all the bullshit, he didn't give up. Because I'm only here in a place I like because of him not giving up. It's not nostalgia, it's not regret, it's just gratitude, you know?
Dette exakt hat i was spa.
Tak, me too.
Cambridge, Kingston, Chatham, Oshawa, London, and beneath the Saga,